All right, welcome to the Monday Night Live
Hello.
with
Time to put your phones away, people, and tune in to the Monday Night Live.
talking to you.
I know he's talking to me, but I'm busy.
Well, you're busy on the. What are you doing? Tell the people. We've got people in chat here. Hey guys, say hi if you're in the room. Let us know you're here.
Yep. And hopefully the time springing forward or falling back or whatever we just did didn't mess everybody up. But we're doing it at the time that we've been doing it in Puerto Rico. So if you're on the East Coast, it's an hour later now. But for the next half a year, 6 p.m. Eastern will be the same time on the East Coast as it is in Puerto Rico. Do we have anybody here?
Yes.
7 people here.
7 people. All right. This is number 61.
Yeah.
This is number 61, you guys. We've done this 61 times. This is amazing. The way this format works best is you pop your questions in there and we answer questions, and we'll go for about an hour or so. And if we've got a lot of great questions, we can go a little bit longer. We like to talk about anything that has to do with real estate investing, and you guys usually bring it really, really well. So throw your questions up there. What's going on, McKenna? We're prepping for this cruise right now.
Yeah, guys, we're going on the San Juan Social Club Entrepreneur Cruise. So we're working on getting ready for that. What would you guys put if you were making a presentation about what we're doing and how we connect with people? Love to hear what you guys think of us and what would be good and connect to an audience. We've got 11 people here. What are you guys working on? Ask us questions. How can we help? What are you guys?
Girls in
trying to do?
bikinis holding for sale real estate in Puerto Rico.
On the cruise ship.
Yeah, it's very directed to some particular part of the audience, but
Where are we going to get the girls? We just go out to the pool. Hey, can you hold this sign?
no, we should put a bikini on you. Put a
I
for sale
look- I
sign.
look good in a bikini.
Yeah.
Sex
Yellow
self,
fawn.
man.
Well, that's it. That's the end of the live. No more.
That's it.
That's it. No
We got
questions.
11
We just end
people
it.
watching, and nobody wants to talk to us. So,
How
guys,
many likes? How many likes do we have? We have 11 likes.
We need 11 likes.
Let's see. Oh, we just jumped to 15 people.
We have 15 people. We need 25 likes. So you guys go like it twice.
Oswald said, I'm working on a wholesaling, what's this? Vacant land virtually in Florida, but I live here in Yauco. That's awesome. How are you doing that? Where did you find the land?
Where's the land that you're trying to wholesale? How big is it, and what are you asking for it? Pitch us. I'm doing a wholesale deal today, guys, in Vieques. I've shared it out on a bunch of WhatsApp chats. I'm surprised. I think I've got 4 or 5 interested parties, which is pretty cool. We're contracting a pretty nice house in pretty decent shape. Obviously, at Vieques, everything's close to the water, but it's in a place that could be Airbnb. It would work as a long-term rental, or it would work as just a flip. We're selling it, or I'm selling it, is a net number of 105. So I want $105,000, and the buyer's going to pay closing costs. And fixed up, the property's worth 190 if you just do a basic renovation. If you do it super nice because you want to put it on Airbnb, I think it's worth, you could pretty much pick your number depending on how nice you make it. Between 2 and 250, something like that. The nicer you do these hospitality plays, the better they go. So I also think that it would bring in $150 to $250 per night for a family to go and stay in it. So it would work well as Airbnb. It would work well as long-term rents or a flip. If you're interested, I'll send you some information.
Awesome. Moving on.
Oswald is asking, I want to know how I can I can start wholesaling here on the island. What would you do to get started?
I would go find a great deal, Oswald. This is the way that all conversations start for us. We are always deal first. And if you've watched our YouTube, we talk about it there. If you come to the Monday Night Lives, we say it damn near every week. Deal first, deal first, deal first. Go find a great deal. If you can sell it to even our group. I mean, we've got a couple thousand people over on the free account on School. We've got an advanced group we call Apex, which is also on School, but you can come and join the 2 communities. post your deal. So go find a deal, bring it to a community of real estate investors like we have, and sell your deal. So I just presented you with a wholesale deal that I didn't have yesterday. I got it this morning. I'm under contract, and at $105,000, we're going to make a little bit of money, and I'm going to be able to pay for this trip that I'm about to go on, hopefully. So that's how you do that. It's not that difficult. Finding a great deal on the island of Puerto Rico is really, really not that hard. And you're welcome to follow up with other questions.
Told Blake there's another little house, Carolina.
The little house in Carolina. You
How
said
much?
you have pictures of it.
How much?
How much for the little house in Carolina? So we have a little house in Carolina. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. I bought it at an auction maybe a year ago. Maybe not quite a year ago, but I haven't done anything with it. I think I bought it for 35 or 40 grand. I'm probably in it for about 50 grand. I'm looking for the best offer. I would sell or finance it. If someone wanted to give me cash and got me out of it at 60, 65 grand, we'd be good to sell it at $65,000 cash. If you want me to be the bank, then you're probably going to be closer to like $90,000 with I'd like to, if I'm going to deed you the property and do a first mortgage, I like to get like 30% down and about 9% interest. I would also do it as a lease option. So I don't know if Blake is watching or if he's just texting Adon, but I would do it for if you don't have 30% to put down and you only say you had 8 or 10 grand to put down, we could set up a lease option where you put some money down. I keep the property in my company's name, and eventually you pay us over time, and you either go refinance it with the bank or you just lease it with an option to purchase for a couple of years and then buy it or don't buy it. I that's up to you. Does that help you, Adon?
No.
Why not?
Did you just say no?
Because you don't have a pin. How am I supposed to take these people there?
You have a pin.
I don't have a pin.
How many times have you been to this place? How do you not have a pin?
Info pics.
It's
Uh-oh.
amazing. I never.
That's a huge tip, guys. When you're doing real estate in Puerto Rico, take down the coordinates, get a pen,
and take a picture.
Take a picture.
Yeah, this is a do as we say, not as I do, because I never keep the pen and I never take a picture.
And you always
I'll do a
regret it.
video, but I almost never do a picture. So, did you find the pen?
Renee says hello. Hey, Renee. Oswald, you're welcome. Miguel, I'm looking for deals 24/7. Still waiting on an answer from a realtor that is selling a property in the West for about $68K with an ARV of $125,000, estimating $35,000 in repairs. I know that's not a question, but while Miguel's got that up here, let's do some quick math. Does that meet our 70% rule? And for you guys that are just tuning in and you don't know, that's kind of our rough, how we like to do the numbers.
What does it need, did he say?
35.
35. So he thinks that the property after repairs is worth $135,000. What's 70% of that?
He's over. He's over. It should be 52,500.
Okay, how do we get to that math, Adon?
You take the ARV times 70% minus 35. It should give you the 52,500 bottom number that you should be offering these people.
So Miguel, we're thinking that we would be excited if we could buy it for 52,000. I wonder what you're making an offer at. I'd love to hear.
I'm
coming
coming
up
up with 59.5 actually. If 135 is the after repaired value and 35 is the renovations.
125.
He said 135.
125.
Oh, 125.
And then 35 in repairs.
I would say, Miguel, if you're doing it by yourself and you're getting a hard money loan, then maybe it's worth it. If you're going to bring in people to partner with you, maybe it's not enough for a spread for everybody. What do you think?
I mean, it's all the same return, right? Like if you guys are happy with the return on investment and you want to put your 68,000 plus 35,000 in it, and what would you make on it if you did that? 68,000 plus 35,000. You're in it at 103. And you're going to sell it for 125. Yeah, that's tight. That's a 20% return. So not like that's the worst deal in the world, but we have consistently seen 40% returns on flips over the last 7 years on the island of Puerto Rico. So that means we've consistently done much better than the 70% rule. So if they're asking 68,000, what are you offering them? I'm assuming you're not offering full price, or were they asking more and you've offered them 68?
I think they're asking 68. So Miguel, let us know. Let me see if he answered. He hasn't yet. Let us know what you're going to offer. We'd love to hear. How do you guys find info on bank-owned properties? I called one place that offered to put me on a list.
You can, if you're looking for stuff, for example, for Banco Popular, you can go to theshow.com. That's their REO stuff. If you're looking at, I know Oriental, First Bank, and Banco Popular have websites that you can look, that they have properties and inventory they're trying to sell.
Are you asking me who this is when I texted you?
Well, you sent me a number, but I don't know who that guy is. That's why I said, who's this? Oh,
that's John.
What are you guys talking about?
This guy's it's distracting me.
Focus in, people.
He's texting me while we're live.
Give me that phone.
We're live with almost 24 people.
Sweet. How many likes do we have?
Not enough.
See. I'm seeing 5. Guys, hit that like button, please.
Hit that like button for us. Really helps us.
What is the price of the house in Carolina on the hill? The rural one? Do you have some photos?
Who's asking?
Miguel.
Someone new.
Miguel. Hey, Miguel.
I'm looking for it.
The house, it's up in the mountains. It's not really on a hill. In front of it is some woods. It's a small little row home. And I said earlier, so $65K cash. If I'm going to sell or finance it, probably closer to $90K, and I'd be looking for 30% down, and I would deed you the property. The interest rate and all of this is negotiable, guys. I hate to even put these things out here because you can just make me an offer and let's try and figure this stuff out. But I like to be around 9%. I don't want to be the bank necessarily, or we could do it as a lease option where you could have less money down and we could figure out a monthly rent and some money above that goes towards the purchase, and a time period to give you to an option time period for you to buy it from us. So we're very flexible. It's a small house up in the hills of Carolina above the Home Depot that's off of the 3. So if you know kind of Carolina, Canovanas area, if you turn right just before you get to the Home Depot, you go up into the mountain there, and I don't know, it's maybe 10 minutes up the hill there.
Yep.
Right? And the Don's got a pen.
No, I don't, but I'll find it.
Oh, Don doesn't have a pen. So that's what we got. If you're interested in it, reach out to me on school and I'll try and get you some more information, or better yet, reach out to a Don and he'll get you the information.
See, this is the life of a real estate investor. When you hang out with other real estate investors,
nobody wants to do a damn thing.
They expect that you should do all the photos and you have all the information. They call. That's why they call and send people your way. And it's like, hey, do you have that information of the house? What house can you possibly be talking about?
Yeah, since we have hundreds of them, right? It's true.
Yes,
it's true. I'm awful at taking pictures and collecting pens.
You're really good.
I barely have a pen for my own house.
You're really good at calling people who have these photos, pins, and all this info.
It says the guy who's asked me now 3 times for the pen to my house.
Yeah, you'll probably call somebody else.
All right.
All right, guys. Emmanuel has a deal in an Osco 3-unit sub 2 deal. What's the info?
Yeah, tell us. I like Añasco a lot. I'm interested.
Oswald, I'll watch the previous videos and educate myself. I'll join the free group and perhaps ask some more questions there. I have rookie questions such as where do I pull lists? What contracts do I use? Agreements do I use?
Well, hey, let me answer that real quick, because don't get bogged down in all of the what do you need to use, what contracts. This is the way that I submit offers, and I've been doing this for 27 years now. Right now, what I like to do is with a text message, when I'm either talking to a seller or a realtor, I will literally text them my offer. Hey guys, this is my offer. If you agree, then we can write it up in a contract. There's no reason to send a contract. And I used to do this when I first started out, and I was like, what contract do I use? And I would send them this beautiful as is contract with all these inspection clauses and outs and all of that shit. And what a waste of time that was. What's important is make your offer, get it accepted, and then work on your contract, and then take your contract to a title agency to make sure that it's got clear title and all of that stuff. Do the first things first. The first thing is to find the motivated seller. So you do it, just use your phone, even verbal. You can do it verbal, but I like to do it with either a text or an email. And oftentimes I'll say, please let this text or let this email act as my letter of intent to purchase your property. Try and identify which property it is, what you're willing to pay for it, and that kind of stuff.
That's what I did last week.
And we might have a deal.
Yep.
Right. And by the way, if you ever wanted to buy something from me, feel free to do the same thing. Send me a text that says, hey, Robert, I saw that you put a video out about this, or you've got this for sale. Here's what I can pay. Here's when I can close. Just do it through a text message. We'll figure out the contract and all that stuff later. What do you think, McKenna? Do you agree with that?
I do. I think short and sweet. And I also think, guys, and you'll hear me say this all the time, when you're making offers like this, I think, Oswald, you'll find that people will make one offer, two offers a month, a week, whatever, and then they're like, oh, great, I'm doing it. You need to be making hundreds of offers, dozens a week, 50 offers a week, and you need to be getting lots of no's. Like if you're not getting 40 no's a week, you're not working hard enough. You're not making enough offers. You're not looking at enough properties. And maybe you will get one, and you definitely could. But if you're trying to do this as a full-time job where you've got, a dozen deals under contract at a time, that means you need to be out there looking and offering on everything.
We were talking about this last week with an Apex member. It's like if you really want to be a wholesaler here, like 100 offers is not going to cut it. You have to do probably more. 100 offers is a good start.
Yeah, there's a reason I don't like the wholesale business too, is like you're going to make these hundreds of offers, and let's say you get 10 of them accepted. Only one or two of those is likely to close. It's a lot of work to become a wholesaler, and you have to keep doing it, because just because you get one under contract and close that one, it's not all the money in the world. It's not enough money to get you out of the rat race. You're going to have to keep your job for a long time unless you're able to do it consistently. So it's always making the offers. And guys, if you follow us at all, I mean, for the last couple of years, I haven't really been trying to buy stuff, and I still buy more than just about anybody's ever met.
This
And I
Vieques
still look at more properties than anyone I know and make offers on things all the damn time. The Vieques one is a good example. I don't necessarily want to go to Vieques to renovate a house, but someone sent it to me, so I made them an offer. And then they came back and said, okay, I'll take your offer. And then I was like, oh, damn.
Damn it, I went too high.
Well, when I get an offer accepted, I feel pretty good, because I know that I've made an offer that'll make money. Do I have other questions?
We do. Any rumors that the government is going to change the inheritance law to keep much of the property off the market?
I have not heard any rumors on the island of Puerto Rico about inheritance law. I hear more rumors about inheritance law stateside, which I would hope would affect Puerto Rico as well. But I'm hearing that our fearless leader, President Trump, wants to eliminate the estate tax, which if he does that, that would be phenomenal for anyone who wants to build generational wealth. And if you think about it, it's really a shame what happens when somebody works their whole life to build up a nice, solid net worth. And when they die, then, a whole bunch of it goes away in taxes. Doesn't seem fair. It definitely keeps people in the lower and middle class because without some really, really good planning, it's very hard to get away from the long arm reach of the government.
See.
I think that something there is a rumor of that we've been talking to Roberto Secchi about is some changes in the taxes. Can't really go into that though. I just don't.
You're
think
talking about property taxes.
I am, and using that as a way to help get these abandoned properties off the street. But we don't have any clarity on that yet. So be on the lookout for more. We'll see what happens.
The other rumor, I mean, we're talking rumors. We're going to be the rumor mill here today. There's this thing floating around, an article that somebody put out there that if Trump cut Puerto Rico loose and made them an independent nation, that he could save $300 billion or something like that. It doesn't appear to have any traction. 600?
Yeah.
600 billion doesn't appear to have any traction, or the article just seems to be like somebody's pipe dream of what could happen. But that was fun because a few people emailed it to me or texted me and was like, hey, have you heard about this? What would you do if this happened? And I would probably be looking to see what happened if that happened, right? Like it could go well and it could go bad. I would hope that it doesn't happen quickly though, because if it's going to happen, there needs to be some serious planning.
Absolutely. How do you calculate ARV in Puerto Rico?
How do you figure out after repaired value? So we were doing it today. We went and looked at foreclosures today. We drove around, and each house that we got to, we would then drive the neighborhood. We would look for things that were for sale in the neighborhood. Adon's got some sites that we use to pull comps. We use Red Atlas, which is a paid site. And Adon, what else do we use?
There's a free site. It's called Find It PR. That's pretty good. They have now a little tab that says Vendida, so stuff that's sold maybe around the area. It's not completely up to date with all the old stuff, but it's pretty good. That's free. I know Clasificado has a website. I never used it yet. I like to go to the Catastro Digital, and if I'm looking at this one house here, I start clicking around the houses that are around it to see if anything sold recently and for what. That's the most accurate you'll ever get. And if you want my other websites, you need to join Apex, because that's where I give all my knowledge.
All right. And Apex is our premium course, and we do try to bring our database there, and you have more access to us. You can ask questions of us, right? We teach a master class every Thursday night. It's a very small investment. It's not really about the investment. It's about separating the people who are really wanting to do the stuff from people that are just going to ask questions and they've already told themselves that they're not going to do it, right? Most people, 99% of the people that watch the Monday Night Live, unfortunately, will never become real estate investors because they've already talked themselves out of it, despite what we like to think, right? We truly believe that real estate investing provides for a good life and is the easiest path out of the rat race. But it's like anything else, guys. If you go teach a seminar somewhere, or if you're doing anything, there's a couple of percentage of the population or the people that are paying attention that are actually going to take the ball and run with it. And the rest are just there, I guess, dreaming. And it's something I think about a lot, because I'd like to figure out a way to motivate people to get to a higher percentage. Like if we could go from 2% to 4% and double what's normal, that would be a huge win for the community. And that's what we've done. We believe in Apex. The people in Apex are actually doing deals together, and pooling money together to go to the foreclosure sale, and partnering up with each other, and trying if somebody's got a Ferret Terrier, we want to go and support them by buying goods from them, or if somebody's a closing agent, we're using them as the closing agent. That's what Apex is all about.
And Alan made a great thread about free tools and websites and stuff on Apex, so you should go check it out if you're in that. And following up with what you're saying, you can only be helped if you want to help yourself. So join Apex. That's the first step to helping yourself. Contact us so we can help you.
Yeah, you have to be willing to invest in yourself. I think, was it Oswald was asking? Is that right? Did I say that name right?
Yeah.
Oswald was asking what to do first. Guys, if you'll just go out and start making offers, you're on the path, right? Like that is the way to find a deal. That is the way to get yourself to become a real estate investor. So a lot of it is just not letting that inner voice or the people around you tell you that you can't do it, or believe that you need the money, or believe any of the things that tell you that you can't do it. Is that better? I don't know. All right. Who's next?
Aaron had a good question. Would you use the texting strategy cold, meaning find a house, get the contact, and send the text offer without any prior dialogue with the seller/agent?
I probably do a little bit more than that, Aaron, but yes, I mean, if you're really going to do it in mass, sure. I don't think you have to necessarily have any dialogue ahead of time. I certainly get those texts as a real estate owner. I would say once a week, I get a text or a call about a property that I have in Florida that's not for sale, asking if I'd be interested in selling it. But what I have done on the island of Puerto Rico is I like to call the number, talk to the realtor, or call the number, talk to the seller, and then gather a little bit of information, try and let them know who I am, and tell them that I'm going to send an offer, and then send the offer. But it works both ways. It doesn't matter. I think the amount of people that are going to respond because I take just a few minutes to do a little bit of due diligence and introduce myself goes up slightly, but not a lot, right? Like, I'm still going to get rejected most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, we did that on the ride over here.
Yeah.
We called a couple properties. We made an offer right then and there without looking at it, with 6 photos and an opinion, and we're like, okay, we think it's worth this. No, they don't want to take less than 330.
Yeah, we could,
right.
what did we say? We could pay, and this was 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
We called the number. It's a 5-unit in an area where we already own a property. So we have some knowledge about it. They're asking 340. We offered them. They're asking 350. We offered
175.
We offered them 175. Wow, you offer a lot, man. I thought we offered.
I offered on the number. I wasn't going anywhere.
You offered them 175, and they said they wouldn't come off of.
Wait, which one?
300.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. That was the number we got to.
Yeah.
Doing the 70% rule.
I love it.
That's why we probably offered too much.
William Boyster is saying, Miguel, how do I get in contact with you? A great way, guys. We have a free school called the Flip Flop Flipper. I'm getting the link here. Come in here, and you guys can message each other. You can make posts. You can talk to each other. It's a great way to connect with other people. It's free, so go in there, check it out. Nancy is asking, would you make an offer without seeing the property for yourself?
Yes.
All the time.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time. So I'd rather make an offer and be told no, and then I don't have to go look at it, than go look at it. And going back to like Oswald earlier asking about contracts and stuff. When I was younger and just starting out, I would actually fill out offers on contracts and email them to people. And I would do all of this work and due diligence ahead of time. It's really a waste of time because most of the time you're going to be rejected. So yeah, I would definitely make the offer ahead of
Again,
time.
coming back to the offer we made today, we saw 6 photos. None of them were really good, but we're like, all right, these are our numbers. Let's just go out there.
Yeah.
Got rejected.
Yeah.
Ate a crap.
Got rejected,
Kept
and then
going.
Adon immediately said, okay, well, if you can only come down to 3 whatever, would you take seller financing? And they said no to that too. So he got
Yep.
rejected twice in 1 phone call. Nice job.
Thank you.
Nice job.
Kenna Altamont. I feel like I might not be saying that right. Sorry, Kenna. What's the best way to fund auction properties? I'm able to cover renovations, but don't have a way of getting there with manager checks. What do you recommend? Thanks.
Well, I'll tell you again, this is what we do. We go out and find some people who are interested in going with us, and we've put some cashier's checks together. We've pulled some money. and we're going to the auctions to try to buy something because you have to have the money at the auction at the time that you win it. You do in this case have to have the money up front. So I like to tell people all the time, you don't need money to buy real estate because you can go make offers on something and get it under contract, like the Vieques deal that we were talking about earlier. But if you're going to the foreclosure sale, that's out the window. Now you have to have the money as you're showing up to the sale because you're handing the money as soon as you win it. So
I would say, McKenna put the link to the free Flip Flop Flipper account, join it, send us a DM, send it to me because he's busy. So send me the link and let's get in touch and we'll figure out how we can help you out.
Yeah, and if you're interested in doing the foreclosures on the island of Puerto Rico, Adon and I are actually going to the sale. And I put videos out every day. Do you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel? Hopefully you do.
Yeah.
I'm showing you. I mean, we're like 0 for 10 this month.
Yeah, waking up at 4:00 in the morning.
And we're driving all over the island. We're looking at them. We're doing the due diligence. We're doing everything I just told you not to do, and showing up to the foreclosure sale and getting our ass kicked.
Yeah.
But eventually we're going to buy something and it's going to be a great deal.
Well, these are different, right? When you're looking at stuff that's on market, it's so much easier because someone already made a post about it. Someone already told you what they're asking. Someone has photos about it. It makes it a little easier to just go in mass numbers and just text everybody and be like, this is what I want to offer. No. Oh, yes. All right. Let's go look at it. And difference to, hey, here's a Google image that I can't drop that little guy on so I could see the street. So now we have to drive 2 hours to Aguadilla to go see if maybe this is a deal.
Yeah. The most difficult one to find might be the one that was the deal.
Yeah, that was really nice. It had a great view.
Yeah.
And the neighborhood was getting really good.
Yeah. And going back to something that was asked about comps, so we pulled up the comps and it came up with a ridiculous number.
450.
We're driving up there going, there's no way. There's just no way.
Yeah.
Then as we get up there and we see nice house after nice house after nice house, we're like, maybe there's a way.
Maybe there's a way.
So
And
we take the information and then we actually drive the comps if we can.
And it's good to have a certain number and get up there and say, all right, it's not worth 450, but we definitely think it's worth this because we know enough of the market and know enough to be like, yeah, it's worth 250.
And if you guys are interested in joining them in that business, if you want to go to the foreclosure sale in Puerto Rico, join Apex, join the free group, either one, and send us a message. Willem I have a house way below market value in Palm Bay, 75% below ARV, but it's move-in ready with a tenant currently. Would there be any interest in this property from an investor point of view? I can answer if you're trying to get a cash sale, fix and flip. The answer is probably no. I would imagine
75%. It's 75% below the after repaired value. So you're buying it at 25 cents on the dollar.
You're buying it at 75 cents on the dollar.
Oh, buying it at 75% of ARV.
Yep. If you're paying cash and you're going to put a renter in there, it's not going to cash flow the way that you'll want it. Now, where you could get a really good deal is if you can get seller financing subject to where you can come in with low money down and a low interest rate. And then suddenly that deal is super, super attractive.
And Palm Bay, where's Palm Bay? That's
Florida. Huh?
That's Florida, but is that like West Palm Beach or
Palm Bay is
Palm Bay? Palm Beach?
I think it's in Brevard, like near Cocoa.
Yeah, I like Palm Bay.
Yeah, and it's next to Melbourne.
Next to Melbourne. We have rental houses in Brevard County. I like Brevard County. So what's the deal? Put it in the chat here. What are you buying it for? What's the after repaired value? You said it doesn't need anything, so that's good.
And Miguel is interested. If the property has good cash flow, we can make a deal.
There you go.
I'd love to see that happen. Join the
make a deal live,
guys. If you do the deal, let's make it happen. Hess is saying, first time here, interesting material. Any idea how much Puerto Rico prices are up since the pandemic? Seems to be 50% in most places here in the States.
I can tell you that before the pandemic, we were buying small houses like Adon and I are looking at now for around $30,000. So that would be if it was a foreclosure or a bank-owned property, but that's a property that needed value add. It was distressed, maybe a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, regular single-family homes. We were buying them at about 30 grand for a house that we could then fix up and sell for around $120,000. That same home, and I mean same neighborhoods, same type of home, we're now looking at and thinking that we're going to pay $70,000 to $110,000, and it's now worth $180,000 to $250,000, $260,000. So what is that? That, you know, if we were buying a house at say 30 to 50 and selling for between 100 and 150, now we're buying for 70 to 140, and they're worth, everything's doubled since 2018. I don't know how much of it has doubled or how much of that happened during the pandemic, but it was, golly, that was bad. The pandemic, but it was a lot. It's gone way up, just like the other stuff has all across the country. So hopefully that helps.
Let's see. Next question. Oswald says, thank you, Oswald. Happy to do it. Glad to have you here. Empowerment. I'm from Puerto Rico. Most of the time, the owner wants me to submit proof of funds as a wholesaler in Puerto Rico. If I don't have the funds, what do you guys recommend?
Partnering with someone.
Yeah, proof of funds is usually not, generally speaking, very difficult. You could find a hard money lender who could give you a proof of funds letter, and that letter could say, this real estate investor has got a line of credit with my company. We do this in the States all the time. When we don't have proof of funds, we'll just get a letter of credit from a hard money lender. You could do that on the island of Puerto Rico. You could also do what Adon says and find somebody who's got some money in the bank. And, you know, actually, I know that in Apex last week, someone needed a proof of funds, and I gave it to them. She was making offers on something that maybe we would partner with on. So she needed a proof of funds for like 150 grand. And I took a snapshot of a bank account and said, here, show them this, tell them that you're my partner. So there's different ways to do it. The partnership one is something that would definitely work.
Yeah.
A letter from a lender or a hard money lender.
I probably go to my potential buyers who I think I'm probably going to sell this property to and say, hey, I want to get this property on the contract. Would you provide me a proof of funds so I could move forward?
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, I've been asked for proof of funds a lot, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe it's 10% of the time that I'm looking at something or offering on something. A lot of times it'll be on the higher end stuff. And when I'm looking at something that's 150,000 or less, and I say I'm a cash buyer, I can't remember being asked for a proof of funds very often.
Yeah.
Usually the proof of funds were when I was looking at $2 million homes to live in, I got asked for proof of funds a lot. And I'll let you guys in on a little secret. Don't tell anyone. I didn't have $2 million in any bank account. I've never had $2 million in any bank account. I'm a real estate investor, for crying out loud. If I did, I'd be spending it tomorrow. So
this is true.
I had to go another way and figure it out. So I had some friends who were able to help me. We had some cash in some areas. We'd use letters of credit. Proof of funds are, they don't really mean that much, actually.
Look, when I get asked proof of funds, I quickly jump into my offer. And it's like, look, this is what I want to buy. And it's cash. That's it. Do you need a proof of funds if I'm telling you I'm giving you a cash offer?
Yeah.
You know, it's like.
Hey guys, we've got about 10, 15, 20 minutes left. Put your questions into the chat. We'd love to talk to you, or we're happy to go over anything. Valentine just asked us, do you guys have a buy box that you can share?
Yes. Puerto Rico.
Don wants to buy the island.
I would say anything from east to west on the north side is pretty safe bet for us.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's in the metro area and we can make money on it, we're interested in looking at it. I would say San Juan metro area west on the north coast. So today, one of our Apex members and I were talking about an offer that he was making in something on the south. So if it's a good enough deal, we'll go south. But generally speaking, that's not where we're looking. And I
Even though
I
we
brought a
really like
wholesale deal to this thing tonight where it's in Vieques, and generally speaking, that's outside of my buy box, but it's a good enough deal that I'm like, all right, I think I can make some money on it.
And the buy box gets bigger depending on the partnership, I would imagine. So if someone in Vieques said, hey, I have this deal and I want to partner with you, I know how to do the renovation, I know how to do everything,
Yeah.
then your buy box is Vieques, because now you have boots on the ground over there.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not in Quebradillas, but you are.
Yeah.
All right, can we partner on this deal?
Yeah, I would
No,
partner
like-
with someone possibly on the Vieques deal, because I don't want to go renovate something in Vieques. It's already hard enough to renovate on the island of Puerto Rico. Go off of the island to a smaller island, it gets significantly.
That has no Home Depot.
Yeah, there's no Home Depot out there.
There's not even a national.
Anything you're bringing there is coming on a boat.
Yes.
So I hope that helps. I know that's not super specific. Like in
Get us a good deal, man, and we'll buy it. That's
in
our buy
Florida,
box.
if I can find something in Central Florida, Orlando area that I can make a 20% return cash on cash annually, I'm looking at buying rental properties there. Probably the same thing here. If I can buy 4 family houses or bigger multifamily stuff on the island of Puerto Rico and get a 25% return on my cash annually, I'm interested in those. So that's an easy place to look. Like someone said they had something in Añasco. I don't know if they've put that up yet, but I'm interested in hearing about what's that price per door, what would it rent for, and how much is the cash on cash return. And if I can buy that at some price and get a 25% cash on cash return, that's inside of a buy box for me.
See, single and multifamily, doesn't matter which.
Single or multifamily doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
If I'm going to keep something as a rental property on the island of Puerto Rico, it's almost always going to be multifamily. We did end up with a couple of one-off condominiums that we were doing as flips, and at the start of COVID, we pulled them off the market and made them rental properties, and their cash flow really well, so we're keeping them. But that, these are condos I bought for $40,000. I was going to sell them for like 80, 85, and now I'm getting like $1,100 a month on them, and they're probably worth double what I was going to sell them for before, but the cash flow is nice.
Mike has a good line here. My proof of funds answer is, what are your wire instructions? I love it.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, makes them.
That's
makes them feel
good.
like you're
Nice.
ready to go. I love
Yeah.
it. Hey guys, quick question. Aside from the obvious places, Aguadilla, Rincon, Humacao, are there any towns that have been trending up? This is from Manny.
Manny, those ones that you just named are definitely trending up.
Camoy?
Humacao for a long time was not trending up, but it finally is. Camoy, I'm living in
Hatillo?
Camoy. I think that's trending. Camoy is a beautiful little town. I like Hatillo. I like Arecibo. I think Arecibo's really going in the right direction right now.
Aguadilla.
He said Aguadilla, and Aguada, Rincon. I think, generally speaking, the island is trending in the right direction. One place that we know that there's about to be a massive amount of money spent, and we like to nip at the heels of the big investors, is Cabo Rojo. So the Rubin brothers, they're going to spend $2 billion doing a development out there in Cabo Rojo. I think that's trending in the right way.
I think once that starts going, Mayagüez is going to be really popular.
Mayagüez will probably benefit. Everything on that southwest side will benefit from that, actually. Everything that's within 30 minutes of there. So that could be Lajas, that could be Mayagüez. Añasco would definitely still benefit from that.
Mhm.
All of those mountain towns too, which I don't even know what they're called, but
Mountain towns
mountain
of
towns.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, with all the ski resorts. You know the ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Rock Hills.
More questions?
That's it.
Guys, give us some more questions.
Cutting-
We've still got some time here. What else is going on with our group. So we've been going to the foreclosure sale pretty regularly. I don't know if you guys heard. If you're interested in foreclosure sales in Puerto Rico, you should get into Apex. You should message Don. We're going every week, and we're going to buy one. We're offering, not offering, we're bidding every day that there's an auction. So we're going to.
I imagine moving forward, we're going to buy a couple a month. That's
the goal.
That's the goal, right? We won't just buy one. We're setting ourselves up to have a big enough war chest to be able to go across the island, multiple sales in a day.
Yes.
We did a couple of days last week where we were in 2 places at one time. If we can consistently do that, we're going to be able to have a better chance at finding great
Yes.
deals.
We literally, I think what was the last one? Thursday?
Yep.
Last week?
Thursday, yeah.
Thursday, we started in Carolina and drove as quickly and safely as possible to the San Juan courthouse right after that one.
Yeah.
Because there was another one going on.
And the day before that, I was in Camoy and you were in Carolina.
Yeah.
And we haven't won anything. I mean, we've been getting beat by a lot. Like we'll have a max bid of 85 or 90,000 and they'll go to 135 or 140.
Yeah, which makes
like,
no sense.
Wow, how are they going to make any money? But that just makes me know that when we do finally get ours, that it's going to be a really good deal.
Yeah.
There's going to come a day when we show up and we're the only ones there to bid.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in that, I just put the link to Apex in the chat here. And guys, if you've enjoyed this talk, if you like what we're doing, if you want to connect with us more, join our Apex group. We do a weekly call on Thursday. It's a Zoom call. You can actually come up. You can speak. It's face-to-face. You can meet other people in the group. I think it's the place to be if you're serious about doing this. If your timeline is 30 days, 60 days, you're trying to buy something, then you need to be in Apex. Come and check it out. Mike just said it's serious. I love it.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah. So click on this link. If you guys want your money back after you've been there a week and you don't like it, send me a message. I'll refund you. But I guarantee if you come in here, you're going to enjoy the content. You're going to learn something and you're going to be able to buy properties. In the past 6 months, we've done 40 deals out of that group. We're involved in a lot of those. We're not involved in all of them. There are groups in the group that are partnering up. They're getting deals done together. They're looking at properties every week. They're making offers every week. They're going to buy properties. So like my dad likes to say, the only question is, are you going to buy properties? Because he's going to buy one next week. People in Apex are going to buy them this month. I'm going to buy them this year. The only question is if you are. And if you want to be one of those guys, come and join us.
It's a small investment. If you like this format, you're going to love our Thursday night masterclasses. At least I do. I really like the format we have Thursday night because we're very interactive. We're face-to-face via Zoom, basically. And so when you ask a question, we can ask follow-up questions, and we actually get to have a conversation. It's a superior format to what we can do on YouTube and Facebook. But it's our private group, right? Like it's just what we got 125 people in there. I mean, we're really small. We're just starting out. We're gonna grow it. We're gonna have hopefully a couple thousand people in there eventually, because the bigger the group gets, the more powerful the group can be, and the more deals that can get done.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's it. We've got one last question, and then I think we'll leave off of that. What areas beyond Florida and Puerto Rico do you guys buy in? Midwest, Sunbelt? Do you have a good dispo for these?
So the areas that I'm buying in are Central Florida. Really, that's Orlando, Florida, and anything that's maybe 30 or 40 minutes outside of Orlando. That's about it for me in the state of Florida. And then on the island of Puerto Rico, from the metro area, San Juan metro area, and going west to like Rincon, maybe let's say from the metro area west to all the way to Mayaguez.
Yeah.
I would potentially do other deals if they're spectacular, but I like to be in close proximity. So I moved to Camoy in order to be closer to some things out west, and I'm interested in doing more deals out west. Places we've bought before. I've got a hotel in Europe that we bought years ago for a church in
Croatia.
where was I, McKenna? I used to go on mission trips,
Ukraine.
and I Well, in Ukraine, we bought a
Croatia.
house for in Ukraine for some orphans. No, not Croatia. Right there by Croatia, though. How can I? Starts with an A.
Albania.
Albania, yeah.
Yeah,
So I
guys, he
bought a
doesn't even
hotel
know
in
what
Albania
country he owns
so
these
that a
real
church
estate
could
over in.
make some money and be autonomous. Never been there. Don't make any money from it, but I helped put the deal together. I don't think I'd do it again.
All right,
The last
guys.
church.
Well, I think that's it for this week. Thanks so much for being here. Any announcements before we go, guys?
Join us over at Apex.
No, I don't have any questions. I hope hopefully everybody who watched this gave it a like, and I'm assuming that you guys are already subscribers of the channel, but if you're not, hit that subscribe button for us. We do this every week, guys. We're as transparent as we possibly can be. As real estate investors go, we tell you exactly what we do, how we do it. We talk about it in real time. We invite people to come and go to the foreclosure sale with us. I mean, I don't know if there's anybody else out there on the interwebs that's doing real estate investing and just laying their cards on the table the way that we do it. But week in and week out, we tell you what we're doing, and we're looking to form partnerships and do more deals. And really what the reason for this YouTube channel is not so that I can do another deal or McKenna can. We are, like McKenna said, already going to do our whatever deals we're going to do. But we want people to become real estate investors and to get out of the rat race and believe that it provides a great life. So that's where the heart of this channel is. If you want to be a real estate investor, you're in the right spot. Keep showing up, keep asking questions, and don't let your small voice in your head tell you something that's going to keep you from doing it. Anybody who's listening to me can be a real estate investor. I truly believe it.
All right. Guys, good to see you. Bye.
Thanks a lot.